Hey guys, I hope you're all doing really well. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my March beauty empties. I have a fair amount of stuff here, from makeup to hair care to skincare and body care, so there's a little bit of everything here. I'm going to share with you my really brief thoughts on the items, and yeah, let's just hop right into it since there is a fair amount of stuff to chat about. We're going to start with the makeup category. I know that this is my personal favorite category in empties videos, so I always like to start with this one, and I think that it's the one that everyone seems to like the most. I do have a couple items here that are from previous project pans, so we're going to just start with those ones. The first two are from my project pan roulette that I'm doing with my friend Alexi, and the first one is a pan from the NYX Highlight and Contour Kit. This was the shade Creme. I finished this one up relatively quickly and I'm really happy to see it gone. I do need to focus on the rest of that palette, but yeah, very happy that this pan is all used up. And then I also finished the Colourpop eyeliner in the shade Zulu. I totally used this one up in that project as well. Unfortunately, this is a discontinued shade, which makes me so sad because this was a beautiful, beautiful turquoisey mint almost sort of shade. I loved wearing this in my waterline so much. I thought it looked so good and really brought out like the green and also the brown in my eyes. And yeah, I have purchased an alternative to it. I bought the Annabelle waterliner, I think it's called. And it's not quite the same. It's a little bit more minty and the color isn't quite as like bright, I guess, but it is a beautiful alternative, especially because there isn't anything else like this on the market that I've seen. I don't want to spend like a ton of money on an eyeliner like this either. So yeah, I really wish that Colourpop would bring this color back though, because it's absolutely beautiful and I love this. This next item I also finished in a project pan. This was from my Rolling Project 10 pan, and this is the Purely Pro single eyeshadow in the shade Luxury. I don't know anything about this brand. I know I got this in a subscription box years and years ago, so I'm so happy to have finally used it up, but I used it through my brows. I also would use it as an eyeshadow, and this color was very similar to a shade that I have in my Kat Von D Shade Light palette, so I don't miss this. I don't feel like this was like a necessity in my collection, but it was nice to have and really, really happy that I finally used it up. So yeah, really happy to have finished that guy. I've got a mini of the Too Faced Hangover X Primer. This is such a good primer. I really like this on the days when my skin is feeling really dehydrated. I am getting like lines in my skin, like around my mouth. I'm getting lines in my forehead because I am getting older, so something like this actually really helps makeup to kind of smooth over the top of that, and I have been really liking it. I do have a full size of this now. As we're going into spring and summer, I don't think it'll be as necessary for me, but I do really love it, and I am really happy that I have a full size now in my collection as well. I don't usually put like little sample pots like this, but this was a sample of the Kat Von D Lock-It foundation, and mine was in the shade Light 45, which is a warm tone. And I used this entire sample from Sephora up, but personally it didn't work for me, and I thought for a long time that the Lock-It foundation was going to work so well for my skin because I am quite oily, well, like combo oily, and then I also do really need like a more full coverage foundation because I have a lot of pigmentation and active acne, and this just did not work for me. I always found it separating here and like around my jaw where I have the most texture, so I have large pores around my nose and then I have a lot of active acne around my jawline, and it would always break up no matter what. Even after like an hour or two, it would just start to separate off those areas, and then it would look smooth like on my forehead and like on the very top of my nose and on like the chin where if I didn't have any acne on my chin. But anywhere that I had texture at all, this just looked so bad on me. So I'm so happy I tried a sample before purchasing it. And the shade wasn't actually that warm toned. Like, I still found it to be quite neutral. I had to bronze up my skin an awful lot to match with my neck. Oh, there's Louis. And yeah, I was really disappointed by this product, unfortunately. As much as I love Kat Von D products usually, this one just didn't work out for me, and I thought for so long that it was going to be like the perfect product for me. So I'm happy I tried a sample, and I highly recommend that that's what you guys do when it comes to like foundation purchases. Definitely try a sample because you just never know. And the sample pot lasted me like one full week, if not like a week and a couple days. No, wait. I finished up an Essence Lash Princess. This is the green tube, and I don't know, but I think that the other colors all do different things. This one was the False Lash Effect, and I liked this at first. I liked it for the first like maybe 3 weeks or a month, and after that, I found that it started smudging so bad on me. So it gave me a lot of length, like beautiful length, and a little bit of volume, but it really did define my lashes very nicely. But because I have hooded eyes, the mascara would touch the top of my hood and then I would get smudging from this. And that's something that's pretty common for me. It's not something that is like too big of a deal, I guess, because I do expect it to happen. But it was weird that it didn't do this for the first like month. And I don't believe that it's because my skin is changing because we're going into spring. Like, I just think that it's just the way that this product aged, I guess, that it started being more prone to transferring. I don't know, that sounds so weird. Like, let me know if you guys had any experience like that before. But I really did like it for that first month, but I just don't want to, even though it's a cheap mascara, I just don't think that it's worth like purchasing like a tube like this just to use for a month and then to toss it after that. Yeah, it just didn't work out for me. And I could never wear this on my bottom lashes because it would just be like a black smear all the way across my bottom lash line. And I had that one time, so I just like, I learned my lesson really quickly after that first month. So yeah, this isn't going to be a repurchase for me, unfortunately, and I know that this is so many people's favorites. Everyone loves this mascara, but yeah, it just didn't really work out for me, I guess. And I have one makeup declutter. This is the Rimmel Natural Bronzer. I talked about this in my Rolling Project 10 pan. It's just not worth me holding on to anymore since I repressed it and it just isn't functioning the same. It's just not worth it. I have so many other bronzers that I would much rather be using, so yeah, I'm getting rid of this guy. I'm gonna move into skincare next, and this one is something you guys know I absolutely love. This is the Ole Henriksen Pore Balance Facial Sauna Scrub, and I cut into it just to use every last little granule in this thing. I loved it so much. I found that it was just so refreshing and just very like deep cleansing kind of feeling. It was absolutely beautiful. I picked up a sample of the walnut scrub just because everyone said like if you love this one you'll love the walnut one too, and I have been loving it, but I really miss that like really just deep clean feeling that this one gave. Like, it would just like almost warm up a little bit and it would just bring like, it felt like your skin was breathing in fresh air. That sounds so weird, but that's how this one felt. So I think I might end up buying this one again instead of the walnut one, but I have to kind of use it a few more times. I've only used it twice. But yeah, this is a beautiful product. I love this so much. I highly recommend it. This is so good. This other item I would definitely repurchase again as well. This is the Lush Tea Tree Water. This bottle in specific lasted me 1 year. The best before date on here is March 4th of this year, and I kept using it until about yesterday, so it is time for me to get rid of it. There's a couple more uses left in here, but I'm just going to recycle this bottle now instead. I'm definitely going to repurchase this again. I love the way that this feels, especially in the summertime. It's just so refreshing, but the fact that there's tea tree in it just makes me feel really good about like treating my skin as well. Next item is the Kale Detox Deep Cleaning Face Wash by Pacifica. And again, I really loved this. This was my first time picking it up. I definitely will repurchase this one again as well. And as you can see, I cut into the packaging, but lesson learned, guys, you actually do not have to cut into the packaging for this at all, because the packaging is like so nice and slick, or the product is just like the perfect like consistency for this packaging or something, that like nothing was in here anymore. Nothing was left in here at all, so absolutely no reason to have cut into here. But on that note, do you guys think that Pacifica will accept this for their recycling program? I know that it's fairly new, so I don't know how many of you guys have used their program, but if you have and they'll accept something that I've cut into, please let me know. And the last skincare product I was neither here nor there about. This is the Green Beaver Company Sensitive Aloe Makeup Remover, and like I said, I didn't really love this, nor did I hate it, so it's not something I think I'll pick up in the near future, but it was really nice for those days when my skin was feeling maybe a little bit uncomfortable, like a little bit irritated or sensitive. so this was really nice to take off my makeup instead of using like a harsh cleanser or a micellar water that could just make my skin feel a little bit more irritated. This was really nice and gentle and simple for that. I did really like it for that. However, it's not the best at doing, like, removing like any sort of full coverage foundation, or like if you had like glittery eyeshadow or something like that. It's not the best at removing those sorts of things. So it's definitely for those days when I had like a powder foundation on and just like a little bit of bronzer and a coat of mascara. It was really good for that, but I don't know if it's something that I have to have in my collection or like in my life, just for those single purposes. But I did really enjoy it. I would maybe pick it up again come the winter and fall next year so that I can use it for those days when my skin's very dry and irritated. But other than that, I didn't find it to be like the most amazing product. So yeah, I have two hair care products. The first one you guys hear me talk about way too much. It is the Avalon Organics Clarifying Lemon Shampoo. This is just what works for me. I have a very sensitive scalp, and I need to like really deep clean my scalp because I feel like whenever my natural oils come through, my scalp gets so itchy and so uncomfortable, and other products that are a bit more nourishing just leave me having that feeling. So I need to like really deep clean my scalp, and this does it for me. This is awesome. I really, really like this, and I would recommend that if you have any sort of issues with having a very sensitive scalp that gets like bothered by anything too nourishing, to try something like this. It's so good. And the next item I really enjoyed as well. It's a sample size of the Marc Anthony Dream Waves Beach Spray, and this was really, really nice. The smell alone is just like phenomenal, and I feel like it stayed in my hair for so long. It's just like a really tropical, coconutty kind of smell, and I love that so much. And then it was really great for the kind of days like what I have today going on. I just let my hair air dry, and I would put this in, and it would just give me that little bit more definition, which unfortunately I don't have anything in my hair today, and I wish that I had something like this on hand at the moment, but I just don't right now. But it was great to put in when my hair was like a little bit damp still, and just let it air dry and give it that little bit more texture. It's a really nice product. And the last category I have is body. There's a few items here. The first one is something that you guys have seen me use up a lot of, but I actually have a different flavor today. I have the Jason toothpaste, but this one is in the Sea Fresh. This is the strengthening one, and we picked this up because Power Smile was sold out at like our local grocery store, but actually really like this one. I personally love spearmint flavors, and this is deep sea spearmint, and this is so good. I think I'm gonna actually pick this one up today when I go out shopping, because I literally finished this morning. Next item is a roller ball, which I feel like I never go through fragrances at all. Like, they take me forever to use up. This one is the fresh grapefruit one, and I had this in my collection for years and years, and it just kind of kept getting like forgotten about, neglected a little bit. So I made a point of using this as often as I could over the last few weeks or maybe month. I would just reach for it whenever I felt like I just wanted to be a little bit more fresh, and I love the fragrance on this one. It's just, it literally is just like sweet, delicious grapefruit. It's so good. But fresh is not cruelty free, so I won't pick this one up. And I do have a body spray from the Body Shop, which I have no idea where it is at the moment, but I know I have that around, and it smells very similar to this one, so I definitely don't need something like this in my life at the moment. But yeah, it was really nice, and I'm happy to see it go. Got two empty hand soaps. One is the 7th generation Mandarin Orange and Grapefruit scent. So good. As you guys know, I love citrusy scents, and I do really like this one, but I also really like the free one from this line. I think it's free. So it's just like a really just clean scent. I really like both of those. 7th generation hand soaps are really good in my opinion. And then I also have the Mrs. Meyers Clean Day. I love this stuff so much. I've got another one in my bathroom at the moment, and this I think is the one that I'll probably be picking up again, just because I really enjoy this stuff. This is the basil scent, which I didn't know I was gonna love, but I absolutely love it, and I think this is like so good, such a good hand soap. So yeah, either of these I would definitely recommend, but I think I'm just gonna be picking this one up next time around. Maybe the lemon scent too. I don't know. But yeah, I love this stuff so much. And then the final item I have to share with you guys this month is the Jason Revitalizing Citrus Body Wash. Went through an entire tub of this in the month. Like, it's crazy. Patrick and I go through this so fast, but I use it in baths as well. Like, I use it as a replacement for a bubble bath. It doesn't bubble up that much, but it just gives that really nice scent and like the little bit of suds, and I do really enjoy this stuff. I haven't repurchased the Jason one recently just because over Christmas we got a few different like mini body washes that we're working our way through now instead. But yeah, I'm definitely going to just pick up a Jason one in the near future. That's just what we tend to use. So yeah, that's everything for today's video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and just talking beauty empties. What are some things that you guys recently finished? Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.